Good afternoon. I want to welcome these leaders for coming in to have this very important discussion about some of the most pressing issues of our time. I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit. And I'm very thankful to the leaders who are here today for joining us for this very important conversation that is on the topic, as much as anything, of justice and equality and freedom.
Say what?
I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit.
No shit, Sherlock.
Need I remind you guys that that person we just heard talking all that nonsense is about to become the President of the United States of America, one of the most powerful people on the planet, because I think it's safe to assume that Joe Biden is fixing to cash his chips in pretty soon. I mean, he's got cancer, asthma, China AIDS.
That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
I have asthma, and 80% of the people who, in fact, we grew up with have asthma.
Hey, folks, guess you heard this morning I tested positive for COVID.
Oh, and I forgot to mention dementia, but potato, right? Anyway, so the way to push back on that nonsense that Kamala Harris was talking about, excuse me, is, as I said before, mock them into oblivion. First of all, don't participate in the nonsense. Second of all, if someone is speaking to you like that, saying that nonsense to you, the words out of your mouth should be something similar to this.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
And then just turn around and walk away as you're laughing hysterically. Like I said, just mock them into oblivion. Anyway, we're back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you're all having an amazing day. And I hope you guys have prepared yourselves once again for another massive dose of brain aids, because that is exactly what you're going to get watching today's episode of Woke TIK TOK Fails.
TikTok is degenerate trash. Correct.
You know what woke means? It means you're a loser.
That is a statement of fact. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming back. And if you're wondering what's going on the screen here, I have no idea. All I do know is the social justice warriors will fight for this creepy old guy's right to use the ladies' restroom if he so desires. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. That's not okay. Not okay. Anyway, sir, please tighten up. Just stop. Stop what you're doing, sir. Oh, thank God that's over.
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
All right, since we played that clip at the beginning of Kamala Harris, we're going to stick to this for a minute. Now, I was going to make a video just strictly on politicians gone wild, because between Kamala Harris and Dr. Fauci and former Vice President Joe Biden, these politicians have lost their minds. But I figured I would kind of pack it all into one video, excuse me, here with the woke TikToks and politicians gone wild. So here's another horrible take by Harris. Roll the film.
So these are issues that impact young people because, as we all know, your right to vote and the action of voting unlocks all the other rights, including same-sex marriage, including whether we're going to stand up against a law that says don't say gay, basically restricting kindergarten through third grade teachers in Florida to be able to love openly.
What did you just say?
Including whether we're going to stand up against a law that says don't say gay, basically restricting kindergarten through third grade teachers in Florida to be able to love openly.
Are you a sicko? What is this?
I don't know why you want to fight back against a bill talking about first to third grade teachers loving openly, but I'm not comfortable talking about that, so I don't think you should be talking to children about that either. So let's just take that right off the table. That's not a hill to die on, Harris. Not the hill you want to die on. Let's keep it moving. It's so bizarre. These people, when they're talking about teachers and sexuality and who openly loving and gender, and then they say first to third grade. That's little children. Little children. Speaking of that, what do we have here? The comment says, again, why are you talking about sexuality, etc. with preschoolers? Honest question. I don't understand the need for this. There's not a need for this. There's just not. Unless you're... roll the film.
Hi, I'm Linz. I'm a queer and trans educator and children's performer, creator, writer. You might know me from my web series Queer Kid Stuff, where I talk about gender and sexuality stuff for all ages with a preschool audience in mind. And I write for preschool television, do a lot of stuff in early childhood ed. The short answer to this question is that we need to talk to preschoolers about sexuality and gender because any later is too late. The long answer to this is that this is the age when children start to self-identify. They start to understand themselves and in relation to the world around them. They need to understand different gender diversity because the Academy of Pediatrics actually says that most children have a solid understanding of their gender identity by the age of 4, and that is inclusive of cis as well as trans and non-binary kids. Preschoolers need to understand sexuality because of the world around them. They might not identify with a sexuality yet, but their parents do, and their friends' parents do. And in order to understand different family structures and other people's experiences and develop empathy, they need to understand queerness.
You sick son of a bitch.
You guys heard it. You guys heard it. This person is literally coming up with excuses and reasons why it's okay to teach preschoolers, little children, about sexuality. Like,
what's more depraved than that, huh?
That's as depraved as it gets. Let's keep it moving. Oh. This next person, I feel bad for this person. So young and misguided. Before I roll the film, I gotta give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. One sponsor. Today's video is being brought to us by the man, the myth, the legend, the Boltonator. Boltonator, thank you very much, sir. Now, Boltonator is a great friend of the channel and has sponsored several videos in the past. Boltonator also has a channel on the YouTubes, which I will link in the description box below. So after this video, go check out Boltonator's channel. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate some love and support. Boltonator, once again, thank you, sir, so much. And thank all you guys for keeping this ship afloat as the YouTube's overlords are still trying to sink us. They don't like us too much over here. We're going to keep plowing ahead, though. Also, want to give a huge shout out for a super thanks in the last video. Heather Hatch. Heather Hatch, thank you so much for the super thanks. Heather's also a great friend of the channel and has shown all kinds of love and support for quite some time now. So Heather, Boltonator, thank you guys so much. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below. I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. The comment says, would you do a video on your finger tattoos? They are such cool something. Roll it!
Yes, I would love to. Let me show y'all them and talk a little bit about them and why I got them. So these are my finger tattoos. I've got him on this side, which is my left hand. I got my heat on this side, my right hand, and I got a little tooth also when I got my finger tattoos done. So I got them done in September of 2019, right after my top surgery, actually. But I had been planning on getting them for a while. And one of the big reasons I got my pronouns on my hands was because I worked in food service and I would get misgendered a lot. And so when I worked at like the register, people would hand me their cards and hand me their money and they would have to see my fingers and they were very obvious. So I thought it would help me not get misgendered as much. I also love them. They make me feel very cool. But yeah, that's the big reason I got them was because I wanted them instead of like pronoun pins, they were on me every day and people could always see them. And it was a way of affirming my gender for me and also hopefully making it less likely of me being misgendered by other people and people just know my pronouns.
Are you fucking crazy? Huh?
Oh, how sad. How sad is that? I mean, okay, you get the ridiculous pronoun tattoos on your knuckles. You can always cover those up. Knuckles. Whatever, but this poor person has mangled themselves up. You guys heard it. It's so sad. Where were the parents to step in and say, whoa, when this person finally grows up, becomes an adult, they are gonna be, keep it moving. All right, it's just going downhill from there anyway. So This one's kind of quiet. I apologize. It's this person's fault, not mine. So try to listen closely if you can. If you can turn the volume up, I recommend that. But this person is one of those people that talks about how they have people in their headspace, DID, dissociative identity disorder, whatever they call it for clicks. It's not real. But this person says that one of the people living in their head amongst the many is a duck. Is a duck. Not a person, a duck that talks. Don't believe me? Roll the film, please.
We get a lot of questions about our headmate who happens to be a duck, and what I need you guys to understand is that we have interacted with this guy twice. The first time was in our one and only Headspace meeting, and he was just waddling around and stepping on everybody's feet. And the second time was when he fronted for like 3 seconds, and he looked at our arm and he thought, 40-year-old man's voice, like the voice of a 40-year-old man from Boston. He thought, where the are my feathers? And that is all any of us have ever heard from him.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
You can't make this stuff up. You just can't make it up. You guys hear it? So this person said that they've only seen the duck, heard the duck, however it works out, twice. And one was in a Headspace meeting. The other one was in the person fronted. The duck fronted, looked at this person's arm, and in a grown-up 40-year-old man's voice with a Boston accent, looked at this person's arm and said, where the F are my feathers? These people have wild imaginations. Imagine if they put all this to positive use, how the things they could create in life. This could be the next Einstein we're looking at here, but moving right along. All right, this next one's... These people are lunatics. It says, oh, this is just great. This is just gold right here. Why white women love black men? Oh, this is... Roll the film, please.
White women love black men because of the power dynamic, because white women have never had any power over men in their lives. Because obviously all the white men in their lives have always had all the power over them. So white women have whiteness over black men. And obviously to be in any sort of control feels good, especially when you're used to never being in control. White women feel safe with black men, not only because of the hypermasculinity that they believe black men exhibit, but because of the whiteness and power they hold over black men. This is why also white women can still be racist and be with black men. And be conservative white women will be married to a black man. And this is why white women love their black sons and hate their black daughters. Black sons give you access to the patriarchy. They give you power, whereas black daughters don't.
That is the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Jesus Christ.
Jeez. Wow. These are the worst kind of social justice warriors right here, where they are blatant racist, but they think that only white people are. They're just blatant racist. Now, does she have any family or friends that heard her talk? She had to hear this somewhere, right? College professor somewhere. She heard this. I don't think she came to this conclusion on her own. I'm not sure if she's white. I don't know. But doesn't she have any family or friends that heard her talk like that and say, no, whoa, this ain't it. This ain't it. Nope. Don't record yourself talking like that and upload it to the TikToks for the world to see. This is not it, trust me. Moving right along. All right, guys, listen. If you made it this far, give yourselves a round of applause, a pat on the back. You guys know I can't do this alone, and I think I'm going to be wrapping it up with this video. I have a ton of videos in the pipeline. People have lost their minds completely, as you'll see after this. But I had Dr. Fauci has been caught with his pants, his hand in the cookie jar, caught with his pants down, however you want to, he just blatantly lied. But I think I'm going to make a short, quick video showing that, because it's just insane. I had a couple other politicians talking a bunch of nonsense, some newscasters, but I've heard recently that YouTube doesn't promote videos that are over 15 or 20 minutes long. They actually stuff them down a memory hole. So I enjoy doing those videos that are a little longer, but because a lot of these clips are a minute and a half, and that takes up a chunk of them, and then I run my mouth for a little bit, and So I'm going to end it on this one and make a little short clip coming up with Dr. Fauci caught in a blatant lie. A lot I want to say about that, but I'll just let you see the lie and make the determinations for yourself. And then I think I'm going to have another video come out tomorrow because I have so many more of these lined up and it just is insane. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to end it with this one. So thank you guys for sticking it out. Once again, thank you, Boltonator, for sponsoring today's video. Heather Hatch, thank you for the super thanks. Thank all you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. You guys are what keep me coming back to make these videos. You guys are what keep me motivated and inspired. If it weren't for you guys, I would have quit a while ago. And trust me, it's disheartening, it's frustrating, but you guys make it all worth it. So thank you guys. Love you guys dearly. So yeah, this just keeps getting sadder and sadder. Roll the film, please.
So I know I don't post on here like ever, but I need help because I have no fucking what to do with this. One of my altars, Sunny, our inner world is surrounded by a forest, and occasionally new altars will come out from that forest. Like our demon altar, Shuhiel, emerged from that forest. So generally, our consensus is don't go into the forest. But Sunny's pretty new. He formed at Christmas, or technically shortly thereafter, but whatever. And no one told him, I guess, not to go into the forest, so he just kind of disappeared for a few days, maybe even a few weeks. I don't know. I wasn't really keeping tabs. And he reappeared the other day with a dog. I don't think the dog is an altar. But he has a dog now. Like, is this a thing that can happen, or I've got too much on my plate to, like, actually try and delve into this and, like, meditate on it and try to contact my altars and, you know, ask everyone about it, because it's finals week. Does anyone have any advice? Or has anyone experienced something similar to this, where one of their altars just now has a pet in the inner world?
Surely you can't be serious.
One of my altars, Sunny, our inner world is surrounded by a forest, and occasionally new altars will come out from that forest. Like our demon altar, Shuhiel, emerged from that forest. So generally, our consensus is don't go into the forest. But Sunny's pretty new. He formed at Christmas.
Are you off your fucking meds or something?
Chocolate chip.
Oh, yeah.
Eat some chocolate chip.